What's up, everybody? Brian Mann here, Hands-On Auto Training. This is the end of the day, January 18th, 2022. Guys, if you haven't smashed the like button, hit the thumbs up button, and hit the subscribe button, please do so. That'll help me out. I appreciate it. Also, if you're interested in being entered in to win the U-Scope kit, the U-Scope Basic Kit from AES Wave, I have 4 more we're giving away over the next 2 months, basically. Be sure to sign up for the Core Premium membership at handsonautotraining.com. Guys, I had 2 vehicles today that were diagnostic jobs that had very similar, I guess, symptoms, and also very similar causes, root causes to the symptoms. So we're going to cover those 2 first, and then I'll cover the rest of the day pretty quick and get this thing going. All right, everybody, first job of the day is this 2005 Ford Mustang. This is the one on the dyno. I told him maybe get a computer for it. It wasn't communicating, couldn't program it, kept on airing out. I didn't get into diagnosing it. Unfortunately, we're back here with a remanufactured unit, and we have the same issues. Now here we have the network test, and it's failing. Fail IC, fail PCM, fail RCM, fail GEM, fail ABS, and ACM. The only one it passes, I'm sorry, was a GEM. I did try to disconnect the ABS control module, see if we had a change in anything, and we didn't. Now, going to the CAN bus here, I want to show you with our little multimeter. If I just go 1 lead to pin 14, another lead to ground, we should have 2.4 volts. Now if I go to pin 6, as you see, the light is not blinking on our CAN breakout box. I got no voltage there. So it's almost like something's shorted to ground. Doing the resistance check on our CAN bus between 6 and 14. After all activity is done, I don't have a reading. I have like OL, reading very high. Oh, now I actually take that back. We do have a reading. We're at 6.34 mega ohms. Just make sure that bus is asleep. Just gonna go between 4 and 6. Nothing. Let's make sure 14. 6. Just got a volt on it right now. Want everything to go to sleep now. I was taking a look at the CAN bus diagram, showing people what I was doing here, and I was looking for an easy point of access for this diagram. It looks like C210 over on the passenger side. I had to locate where that was. It took a second for me to find it, but it is on the passenger side. I went ahead with the key on, wiggling over there. I heard a ding, so I know something's up. I think I might be onto it over here. This harness was all pinched and crushed up in here. I mean, I don't know if it's on or not, but literally I moved it and I heard the chimes start chiming in the car, like something's going on. Let me see if it'll do it again, or was it a one-off event? This is that C210. This harness, I'm telling you, was pushed hard against this bracket. Now when I pulled it out, I heard a ding in the car. Don't know whether I'm onto something or not. That's the money shot, right? So I took apart this connector, whether it comes out on camera or not. There is a lot of crust inside here, a lot of green goblins going on. All right, so after we cleaned up those contacts in that connector temporarily, we do have communication back with the PCM. And also, I want you to see our voltage on pin 6. That was 0 volts before, now we're showing 2.5. So that's a beautiful thing. So the corrosion in that connector was causing all kinds of issues. Now, there could be corrosion in the communication lines, but there could also be corrosion on powers and grounds, different modules. I mean, the possibilities are endless, so I don't really know. Another thing with corrosion that you'll see sometimes is, you know, if a wire is close to another terminal, or should I say 2 terminals are close to each other in a connector, you can have corrosion that will actually allow current flow from one to the other. So if we have a ground and we have a positive voltage of 2.5 volts on our CAN line, we can actually have corrosion that will conduct the electrons. You know, we're going to be flowing some current flow to ground, pulling that network down. That could be what was going on with our pin 6 of our DLC on this one. Now on this next vehicle, I didn't do a good job explaining when I was on site. We are using our DLC breakout box. The U-scope is probed into pin 1 of the DLC. That's a low speed network on this vehicle. Up, we got this Escalade. I think this is a 15 or 16. It's got an intermittent CAN issue. My customer technician said if you unplug this, the CAN bus comes back to life. However, it comes and goes. This is the low speed. Take a look here. You will see a spike every now and then, and as this happens, the radio resets. Let's see, watch this, what happens. If we can catch it. There you go. You see that high spike? We have a very high spike, and that's when everything comes to life. Two things that we're noticing here is the first thing I want to point out is this is on terminal C. What I failed to mention here is that we're jumpering this splice pack. The one terminal of this splice pack actually goes to the other splice pack and back to the DLC of the vehicle, and we're probed with our scope into the DLC. So what I can do is jumper these one at a time and see how the network reacts. This is the left side object detection module. Watch our baseline, our ground. You see how it goes down? And then when I put this back to C, that baseline kind of goes up more than others. It's done it more often and sometimes not. But sometimes that will stay elevated. And then also every once in a while on terminal J we would get a spike, and I believe that's our RCM, but our restraints module, but it's not doing it right now. So I want to go ahead and turn the key off. All right, here this guy is up in here. We're going to go ahead and, I was trying to unplug it, but it's pretty corroded as far as getting debris in there, so I got to drop it down to get this thing unplugged. So I went ahead and disconnected that side object detection module. I can't tell you how many of those things I've had corroded in half or you find a problem with them. Unfortunately, nothing changed with our data line. We still had plugging in that pin C, the data line would still go high sometimes. It get pulled high, and then other times you just see an elevated, the whole pattern of communication network will just elevate a little bit. It'll go up a half a volt to maybe even a volt sometimes. So it's like something was going on there. All right, so we got the comb back in here. We did depin our left side object detection module because the voltage was going high on the CAN bus. Now everything's looking good. Now let's take a look. All right, plugging terminal C back into our splice pack here. Right away our data line went flat, kind of high. Guys, if I had to take a bet, I would have said this is the module that's pulling that CAN bus high. However, with it disconnected, we still have the exact same problem. It's in the line somewhere between that splice pack and this module back here. The technician at this shop did call me back and tell me that they found a connector, a large connector that had all kinds of corrosion in it. I'm hoping he sends me a picture, and I will share that with you guys tomorrow or whenever I get it. Next up, we're programming a transmission control module on a 2015 Chevy Suburban. There's our unrecognized calibrations. We're going to go ahead and hit the start programming button and get this party started. There we go. Took about 30 seconds to get that thing started. Next up, we have ourselves another transmission control module. And this one's in a 2013 GMC Savannah. That was my day out in the field. I'm glad I got out and about today. The roads were pretty clean and clear. No problems there. You guys have a great afternoon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.